Ma'am, you can just face the camera. You will not see the screen.
Yes.
There's nothing else.
Live ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Yeah, start.
Yeah, good morning all. So this is the webinar to introduce Automotive and Aeronautical Engineering Department to you. So today we will be talking more about the Automotive Engineering Department. We are part of the Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences, which was established in the year 2013 under the Karnataka Legislature Act. And we started the department from 2014, July onwards. So we used to cater master's program as well as PhD programs for automotive as well as aerospace engineering. In the year 2017, we started offering bachelor's degree both in automotive as well as aerospace engineering streams. As you know, Ramaiah University is a well-known university. It's a part of Gokula Education Foundation, so which has almost more than 50 years of catering education, especially in the higher education stream, like maybe it is medical engineering or pharmacy, dental, management, anything. So Ramaiah University is having all these faculties, which are medical engineering as well as other departments like hotel management, dental sciences, etc. So basically, if you look at the Ramaiah University, what it caters is it has state-of-the-art facilities for whether it comes to the laboratory or whether it is the library. And upon that, and the most important thing, we have excellent teaching faculty which can deliver the subjects which are very, very to the modern or whatever is undergoing at present, whether it is in the research or in the industry. Coming to the engineering stream, we have different faculties of computer science, electronics, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, as well as, last but not the least, our automotive and aeronautical engineering department. So if you join the Ramaiah University, you will be working in tandem. That is basically, you will be having a lot of interactions between the different streams, and you can always take it to the upper level, which is very, very required as of now. So coming to our department, as I told, we have very good faculties, both for automotive as well as aerospace engineering. We have people who have done excellent research in the airfield, and it was founded by some of the pioneers who were well known in automotive as well as aerospace domains. And the faculty is well trained with the modern systems, whether it is in automotive or aerospace engineering, as well as they are also very well trained in the day-to-day functions of automotive, because we have the faculties who are exposed to corporate training, especially people have the experience of delivering the corporate training to Tata Motors, Mahindra, or if you take from the MNC side, we have the expertise in delivering corporate training to Continental, General Motors, Mercedes-Benz, especially their R&D departments, Robert Bosch. These are some of the few of the things which I am telling you now. And if you are want to pursue the degree in automotive engineering, we offer a range of undergraduate and postgraduate programs. So which includes the current technologies, whether it is autonomous vehicle or it may be an electric vehicle, which people are currently talking about. And in between, we have the IC engine and the hybrid vehicles. So you are exposed to both the propulsion systems of that and how to design the automotive for those domains. So these are the few things which you are exposed to. And if you look at the faculties, they are also involved in the research activities which cater to the automotive domain. So whether it may be vehicle management system or automotive management system, autonomous vehicle, the powertrain system, propulsion when it comes. So it may be the modern technology like fuel cells, or it may be the electric battery systems, all those things. As well as we also have people who work on the vehicle handling capacity. So we are giving a complete design of the automotive system, which is very, very interesting as such. So I would like to introduce, I am Dr. Shrikari, so professor in automotive department, and he is Mr. Kiran, who will be the moderator for the today's session. He is specialized in NVH as well as electric vehicle and other things. My specialization is on materials and manufacturing, And he's Mr. Umesh. He is well versed with CAE techniques, whether it is CAD modeling or it may be the FEA studies, or it may be also coming from the aerodynamic study, styling. Kiran is also very good in styling. So basically, we are representing the automotive department today. So we would like to start the session. So we'll have, okay, Kiran, you can check.
Good morning. Madam, it was a nice introduction about our university and departments as a whole. And can you highlight the scope of automotive engineers after graduation?
So if you look at the automotive engineering, it is actually, people are very, like they will have a lot of enthusiasm in building the vehicle. So it may be a car building, or it may be a truck, or it may be a two-wheeler as such. And if you look at the scope of the automotive engineering, it's always evolving. It is not that if you look at the olden days where we had only the carriages which were done by horse, which converted to a IC engine, and now we are talking about electric engine. So if you look at the whole system as such, you require different people, starting from the design engineer. As a design engineer, he is supposed to design the whole system, whether it may be a powertrain system or it may be the body structure, which is very important, anything which is required for an automotive system as such. So as a design engineer, since it is continuously evolving, you have to come up with a new design, which requires first the modeling of the new design, which involves CAD, that is the computer automotive design. And then we have the FEA studies, that is the finite element analysis, which is now very well used. And you also have to do some aerodynamic design using the Fluent and other CFD simulation, which we will talk about it later. So you have the design engineer, which involves all these things. Along with that, once you do the design, the next stage comes is how the vehicle starts behaving. That is the handling and performance. That is taken over by your VDHS, what we call. So that is one of the subjects which we cater. So that also comes an important in the automotive design as such. Once these are all finalized, we have to go for the suitable materials and manufacturing system. So you have the opportunity even in that field. So where you have to select proper materials as well as joining techniques and the manufacturing units. So coming to the, once these are done, then the automotive thing will undergo a prototype testing. So you have to do the prototypic testing of this. So that is where we look at the production cycle as such. And in that, before that, people also do a lot of research and development so that their vehicle is the best. So finally, if we look at the automotive as such, we always go for the looks and as well as the performance. So that is where the R&D of the automotive becomes very important as such. So that is where we look for a better designer or a stylist. So we also have to have proper stream of people who can do a better styling. So that is another area where you have a lot of opportunities where people get into it. So, and as well as all these things require continuous research and development. So we have a lot of R&D units in Bangalore which do these type of things. So you have the opportunity to go to R&D also. Once all these things are done, as I told you, require the quality, because finally the automotive comes under cost and how you balance all these things. So basically you require quality because the customer, finally you have to meet the customer requirement as well as the stringent norms of government. So basically we have to look at all these things. This is where the quality engineer comes into picture. So he or she has to test the whole system, whether it is in the component level or in the system level. So that is where we have the other opportunities which opens up for an automotive engineer as such. So finally, once all these things done, then we go for the sales and marketing of the system. So this is where, again, being an automotive engineer will always have an advantage because you can tell the customer what the features it has, how it is better than the other vehicles which are available in the market. So these are some of the things where people have a lot of scope. So where people can look into the scope which comes there. And coming to the Bangalore scenario, since Ramaiah is located in Bangalore, we have both manufacturing units as well as the R&D units here. If I don't know how many of you know that, Reva, which was the first electric vehicle to be introduced in India, was manufactured by Maini in around late 90s, before anybody thought about going for electric vehicle. So this is where it started. After that, it was taken over by Mahindra. So now they are giving that what you call as E2O electric vehicle. So they have the manufacturing unit here. And if you look at all the automotive systems, they are controlled by control systems. And that is where the complete, like if you look at any of the automotive as such, now it is completely controlled by, we have the control systems, whether it is braking system or engine management system or anything you take, they are all manufactured by Bosch. And we are very, very fortunate because Bangalore is the base for Bosch almost throughout South India. So most of their control systems are manufactured in Bosch. And they also have a research unit, which is known as now Robert Bosch Limited. So we have Robert Bosch here, where people are placed. And when it comes to the other sectors, like we have Mahindra, Tech Mahindra, which gives the service sector. And we also have Volvo, which is again a manufacturing unit. So all your Volvo trucks and buses and their tractors, everything are manufactured in Bangalore itself. So we have the Volvo here. We also have TVS, so which is very near to here in few kilometers away, which is Hosur, almost a part of Bangalore as such. So as you know, TVS is the main manufacturer for two-wheelers. They also have a plant in Mysore. And then we have the major other thing which started around again in late 90s is Toyota Kirloskar, which is a combination between Toyota and Kirloskar. So they also manufacture most of the vehicles here. So these are some of the manufacturing units which we have here. Coming to the other end is the service sector. When we talk about the service sector, it is the design service which people cater to different system. So basically, if you look at the service sector, we always have Infosys, we started here, and then we have HCL. So both of them have a very strong domain in automotive. So our students are well placed in both these systems. Then we have, coming to the MNCs, we have Mercedes-Benz, which also do a lot of R&D work. And we have Continental, and Bosch, of course, is there when it comes to R&D units when you look at it. And then, of course, we have KPIT, which is again a service industry. And if you look at the Bangalore, which is very close to Hoskote, or if you look at Anantapur and other things, so we have Hyundai, which has the Kia Motors there. So these are some of the scope which you get once you join our department as such. And we are very proud to say that most of our students are well placed in most of these industries as such. Thank you.
Yeah, good points you have mentioned, madam. And now we would like to know about the higher education opportunities for undergraduate automotive engineers.
So coming to the higher education opportunities, so Ramaiah University itself gives master's degree. So that is master's in automotive engineering, where people are introduced to the advanced technologies. So whatever you study in bachelor's is mostly the basic level. So when it comes to master's, as the name itself suggests, you have to become master in a particular area. So we emphasize on vehicle handling capacity, or it may be engine management system or vehicle body structure, how do you construct that. So these are some of the avenues which you get in Ramaiah. And then of course, you can go for master's degree in India anywhere. So depending on what is your interest, you can go anywhere for master's degree. So typically in automobile or automotive engineering, both have almost similar nomenclature. It's only the nomenclature which changes. Otherwise, it is almost the same subjects which you come across. And when it comes to masters, most of the students, of course, prefer Europe because, as you know, Europe is the place for automotive. So people may go for Germany. Most of our students have gone for masters in Germany. So it may be in vehicle technology, advanced vehicle technology, or autonomous vehicle, or it may be electric vehicle system, or some people have also gone for construction side, so that they give more emphasis on materials and manufacturing side. So these are some of the master's degree which are available for automotive industry as such. And people also have some of the areas where they become automotive specialists. And now, of course, as we know, more and more electronics and AI is coming in the automotive field. So people want to merge these multidisciplinary things. So that is also given in most of the master's degree programs, especially in Europe and US and other places, where you can actually develop these skills to a very large extent. Coming to the next level, where we go for PhD programs. So we also offer PhD programs. So based on your interest, PhD is extremely very specific area what we are looking at. So basically we look for a new development in different areas. It may be a fuel system where you want to improve the fuel efficiency of the vehicle. It may be also a powertrain system, like we know that most of the things nowadays people want to reduce the fuel consumption. So when it comes to reducing the fuel consumption, you can take from the structural side where you want to reduce the weight. Maybe it is the material or the new design or optimization of the new design. Or it may be also your flow physics which is involved there. You have to reduce the drag. How do you reduce the drag? That is the other area which we look for in the PhD also. And then, of course, we have the new electric vehicle technology, which has to be picked up because we have the battery, but managing the battery system becomes very important. And then now the new area of PhD is also where you want to integrate all this AI and ML into your system so that your vehicle performance improves to a very large extent. So that is where we try to see that how you can manage your engine management system, or it may be a powertrain system, or it may be a like suspension system, how it works. So all these things are integrated in the research field as such. So typically a PhD is master's is for 2 years, but when it comes to PhD, first year maybe in the coursework, then you have to pick your subject, then another 2 to 3 years will take for your development in that particular field as such. So this is about the PhD and higher education. There may be also certificate programs where you actually get trained in a specific field. For example, I want to become a design engineer. And my area is I want to be a structural engineer, for example. So there I may pick up my skills only for a CAD modeling as well as the FEA studies. So, or maybe I want to go more into a fluid phenomena, that is the fluid physics. So there I may go for more of fluent or most of the things CFD systems, which may be for your AC ducts or whatever is involved inside the vehicle, or it may be also the aerodynamic styling which comes outside. So this is where you can get some certificate programs as such. And then of course there is what is known as continuous education system. This is where we see most of the automotive industries where we cater this corporate training. So they ask a particular subject so that you can get trained, well trained in that particular subject, whether it may be a FEA study or it may be a R&D person who wants to know more about the fluid dynamics. So those are the areas where we give continuous education also. So these are the different types of scopes which you have in education, higher education. So when it comes to continuous education or certificate program, it need not be the person only from automotive domain. Even a mechanical engineer, or it may be an electrical engineer. So those are also involved because, for example, when we go for corporate training in Continental or HCL or anywhere, the students or the delegates whom we get there, they are not from automotive engineering alone. They are from different streams because they have to work on these systems. So that's the reason they had come to this type of continuous education system, because as you know, the present world is not what has been done. We have to continuously evolve. So that is where this continuous education system becomes very important as such. So these are some of the few facts which we have in higher education system as such.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. And the next question is, can you highlight the emerging areas such as artificial intelligence and machine learning applications in automotive engineering?
Now everybody talks about AI and ML. So that is because as we see, the world is more going towards ChatGPT and other things, where all your AI and ML are involved as such. So it's not that automotive has not been using this. It has been using this for various systems, whether you take For example, people talked about autonomous vehicles some few years back, maybe 5-6 years back. So when you think of autonomous vehicle, as the name itself suggests, it is a driverless car, what we are thinking. So when it comes to your driverless car, naturally the car should drive on its own. So naturally you require a lot of AI or the artificial intelligence is required, because you should know what is the obstruction which will come, because driver is not involved. The sensors have to see where the obstruction is, and then it has to incorporate and drive the system. So this is where we see the autonomous vehicle, where AI and ML are being utilized to a very large extent. And to add up, so we have introduced AI ML as a coursework in our subject, because people should be knowing what is AI and ML, what is it involved. And when we talk about AI and ML in automotive, we give specific interest to automotive domain. It may be for autonomous vehicle, or it may be a predictive maintenance. For example, when you are driving a two-wheeler, it's very, very common that you come across tire puncture. But if you know in advance what is the tire pressure, so that is where AI is involved, because the sensor should say that there is a chance that the tire may get punctured. So then naturally you don't have to push it and go to the place. You can directly take to the place before it gets punctured. So this is where we give predictive maintenance, or when the engine may break. All these things involve the AI ML, because the system should realize that this is going to fail. Then you can take a predictive measure as such. And the other one is where you require driver assistance system, because you might have seen that some of the videos where they show a driver is sleeping. So there will be some vibration which shows that, okay, you are sleeping, so you have to wake up. So this is where we look for driver assistance systems. So this is one of the example, but basically we look at how these things warn the people, especially when you are having a very disciplined lane system. Even if you go here and there, the lane discipline is very important, because the other vehicle will be moving at different speeds. So this is where we require a driver assistance system to say that, okay, you are going to the shoulder of the road, or you are going for the other lane. So this is where we look for the driver assistance system. And then of course, the other thing which comes is vehicle to man interaction. This is what we call as natural language processing, which becomes very important. And then, of course, now we have a lot of the gadgets coming from Amazon or Google. So where you can play your music or use the navigation system. All these things are coming under natural processing system. Then the other important things, what we look for automotive is the production. Because if you see any other engineering field compared to any other field, automotive is the one which has the bulk manufacturing units. So you may produce lakhs of cars per year. So naturally, when it comes to the demand and supply, you require the vehicle to be produced at the time. So this is where the supply chain management system becomes very, very important. If you look at the whole automotive system as such, the gear may come from some place, the brake system may come from some place, the clutch may come from some place, and finally everything is assembled to different systems. And then finally it is integrated into the vehicle body as such. So that is where we require some parts may come from India, some may come from abroad also. So basically we have to look at how to integrate this. This is where the supply chain management becomes very, very important. So this is where we see a lot of AI and ML are being introduced into that. So as I told in the beginning, we give the AI ML touch to the automotive student, emphasizing more on these systems so that they can be well trained when they go out of the department as such. So these are some aspects so which we look at it.
Thank you, madam. And it was a good brief about AI and ML application. I would like to add upon AI and ML application in automotive industry, and also Bangalore is seeing one of the startup that is called as -0. It's a startup which is based on AI and ML. It is using natural language processing, and recently they have launched the vehicle for using this AI and ML application. And next, we'll try to go for next question. Sir, can you tell me more about automotive powertrain research in Department of Automotive and Aeronautical Engineering?
So our automotive and aeronautical engineering department has got some good testing facilities, good testing and research facilities for automotive powertrain. So where we can test IC engines, we have test beds. So the test beds for testing the petrol engine, diesel engine, and also dual fuel engines. So we can test these engines for different speeds and different loads and also different climatic conditions. So we can evaluate the power, torque, fuel efficiency, volumetric efficiency, and we can also plot the heat balance. So finally, we can evaluate the performance of an IC engine. And so IC engine is one of the main powertrain in the recent automotive sector. So we can do research activities, on engine testing. So using these test beds, we can also plot onion curves. Onion curve is also known as performance curves. So using these performance curves, we can also develop engine management system. We can develop a control logic for our engine management system so that engine is completely driven by electronic engine management system. So that is one of the research area. We have a fuel testing setup in our laboratory. So we can test the fuel. We can test the fuel for its calorific value, viscosity, and we can also test the fuel for for its thermal properties. So fuel testing laboratory, using that we can also test alternative fuels for both petrols and diesels. So like biofuels and also fuels with additives we can test. So using that we can come up with an ideal combination of fuel so that the fuel efficiency of the vehicle can be improved and also the emissions are at the minimum level. We have the facility to test the exhaust system. So where we can test the emissions. So emission testing is one of the important requirement in IC engine vehicles. So where we can measure the quality, we can measure the quality of air. We can identify the percentage of carbon monoxide, hydrocarbon, and oxides of nitrogen, and also particulate soot. We also work with several design centers in Bangalore. One of the design center is Manan Hammal, so which is closer to our Peenya campus. So we have worked with industry professionals for measurement of air quality. So in a Bangalore city, so what is the air quality? And we are in the development of a machine which measures the air quality. If you place that machine in a public place, or if you drive a car, keeping that machine, so that measures the air quality at different locations. So we worked on this research project, and also we worked with Forasia for exhaust system development. So thermal management of exhaust systems like mufflers and some of the other exhaust systems like exhaust manifolds and catalytic converters. So a surface coating on the exhaust manifold, exhaust system, and also a shield will improve the thermal properties, and also it improves the performance of IC engine. So this is related to powertrain, and we have facilities to test electric vehicles also. We have a basic level simulation setup where we can design electric and hybrid vehicles through simulations, through 1D simulations, and also using an integrated simulation setup. So we can design battery electric vehicles. We can measure its performance. We can also design motor for the required torque, and especially for a battery management system. So we have got good simulation facilities in our university.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. And now I would like to know more about vehicle aerodynamics and styling research in Department of Automotive and Aeronautical Engineering. Could you can brief more about this topic, vehicle aerodynamics and styling, sir?
Yes. So this vehicle aerodynamics is one of the important aspects of the vehicle development. These days, every vehicle, including a passenger vehicle, a commercial vehicle, or pickup truck, every vehicle has got an aerodynamic shape. So we have a vehicle body development technology. So the body depends on the applications, but aerodynamics plays an important role in vehicle handling, fuel consumption, and also the vehicle stability. So we take up several projects, research projects, and also we guided several students on vehicle aerodynamics and thermal management, both exterior and interior aerodynamics, and especially the body design. Each and every portion of a body plays an important role. A detailed modifications on a body like bonnet angle, windshield angle, diffuser angle, underbody design, and air dams, front and rear spoiler, incorporating the front and rear spoilers. So these are all some of the add-on devices we can adopt in a vehicle, so that the vehicle aligns with the the real-time forces, the dynamic forces, and so the vehicle performance will improve based on this aerodynamic design. We also involved in teaching the styling. So vehicle styling provides a better appearance. So these days we have a better combination of aerodynamics and aesthetics. So we teach basic sketching, concept sketching of the vehicles. So the concept sketching based on the customer's requirement, and also we also get the inspiration from the real world. So it could be mimicking the face of an animal, or we can also use some themes to generate these concept sketches. So we teach these concept sketches to students, and students can come up with their own concepts. So later these concepts can also be developed into a prototype. We have a clay modeling facility, so where the concept sketches can be converted into a clay model, or the wax model, or a foam models. So it can be a scaled down model, or it can be a full scale model. So we have the testing facilities for this aerodynamics. We have a wind tunnel test facilities. In our department, we have a low speed and high speed wind tunnels. So we are using a low speed wind tunnel for testing the aerodynamics of the vehicle, where we can measure the drag force, lift force, aerodynamic movements, and so we can estimate the coefficient of drag of the vehicle. So which is one of the important factor for the vehicle performance, and also to measure the top speed. So apart from this aerodynamics and styling, we have a vehicle acoustics. So the vehicle noise is one of the important area, the thrust area. In the recent vehicle, most of the automotive manufacturers, they are giving more importance on the noise reduction. It could be a noise generated by the tire, or noise generated by wind, noise generated by the projected parts of the vehicles. So they are giving importance where the noise can be reduced. So noise measurement techniques, and also how the body shape is tuned to reduce the noise. So air acoustics is also one of the important area as far as the vehicle aerodynamics and styling is concerned.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It was a good brief introduction about vehicle aerodynamic and styling. Now we would like to move on to the next question, that is about vehicle dynamics and crashworthiness research in Department of Automotive and Aeronautical Engineering. Could you brief about it, sir?
So our Automotive and Aeronautical Engineering Department has got a good research background in vehicle dynamics handling, and also the vehicle safety. So previously, we guided several students on this vehicle safety. So especially the construction of a body and the crash worthiness of the vehicle structure for different collisions. So it can be a front impact, rear impact, head-on collision, oblique impact. So these kind of impacts, the analysis on this kind of impact will provide a good understanding of the vehicle safety. And also we can measure what is the energy absorbed by the body and what is the energy transmitted to the passengers. So there are many aspects of the passenger safety. One is a driver safety and a pedestrian safety. So for a driver safety, the development of the airbags, the development of the seat belts, and also some alert systems, the driver alert systems. So where we can minimize these kind of accidents. So several research work and also projects are done on this. We are also using softwares like LS Dyna and Madimo for both vehicle structure safety and the passenger safety systems. We can predict, the nature of damage to the vehicle during the course of crash, and also we can come up with a better design modifications where we can strengthen the body structure, and also we can provide extra safety systems for a driver's protection. It can be a frontal impact, side impact, or a rear impact. Coming to the vehicle dynamics, we have got good simulation facilities. So where we can simulate the entire vehicle for its performance, like acceleration performance, braking performance, and some of the important tests like lane changing maneuver test, and also constant radius cornering, slalom test. We can test the vehicle for these kind of dynamic conditions, and we can measure the some of the important parameters of a stability, especially static stability factor and dynamic stability factor are the important concerns. And we can also come up with some of the the vehicle systems designs like braking system design, steering system design, and suspension system design to meet the dynamic requirements of the vehicles. Through the simulations, we can understand the performance, the dynamic performance aspects of the vehicle, and we can always improve the performance by taking the certain design modification aspects for this kind of simulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And next question is about the unique features of our automotive and aeronautical engineering department. Can you give the unique insight about the features, what are the laboratory facilities, simulation?
Sure. So in our automotive and aeronautical engineering department, so we are offering master degree programs, MTech programs, and BTech programs, and also PhD programs. We have got industry standard laboratories and also testing facilities. One of the major facilities we have a IC engine laboratory. So this IC engine laboratory is one of the demonstrative laboratory. So where we have a modern vehicles, we have a modern car, modern motorcycle, and also the components which are brought from R&D centers of some automotive industries. We have a cut section models to demonstrate the working principle of the IC engines and other subsystems of a vehicle. We have a demonstrative model for the demonstration of ignition system, electrical system, engine management system, and also we have got this engine test facilities. So we have got both manual and automatic engine test facilities. So where we can test the engine for its performance. So we can have instrumentations where we can directly measure the fuel consumption, uh, and also the exhaust emissions, and we can also measure power, torque, and specific fuel consumption directly through the instrumentations. And we have got the facilities for structures. Especially, we have got the BIW of modern vehicle where we can demonstrate. We can demonstrate the complete the structure with nomenclature to students. And we have got emission testing laboratory and also fuel testing laboratory. So where we can test the fuel for calorific value, flash and fire point, and oiliness, viscosity. So these properties are essential for fuel. And we can also test an alternate fuel, and we can blend the fuel and test the fuel for its calorific value. So finally, we can arrive at the best combination of this fuel blending, and we can suggest this fuel blending for propulsion system. We have got a good instrumentation facilities for the wind tunnel. So we have a wind tunnel test facility where we can test a scaled down model of a car or an aircraft, and we can keep the scaled down model inside the wind tunnel test facility, where we can measure the pressure distribution across the vehicle, and drag force, lift force, and some of the this moments, aerodynamic moments. So we are planning to adopt moving ground facilities and this turntable. So it is under the development process where we can test the vehicle for crosswind conditions. So the crosswind is one of the major problem, in a real-time driving conditions. Especially most of the commercial vehicles and the buses are more vulnerable for crosswind, and there are many accidents are happening, and there is a big research area under the crosswind conditions. So we are also working on research in crosswind conditions, and we have also undertook several students projects on in the same domain.
So the students are also participate in most of these competitions, whether it is SAE, Supra, or PACE, which was very active few years back. And we are also going for go-kart. So you can add something about that competition, because where people are involved in design and fabrication. So
So recently our students, they are taking part in SAE India Supra competition. It's one of the race vehicle development competition. It's one of the global competition at national level. Our students, they took part, and they got selected. And also, it's one of the sponsored project. So we students got the fund through our university, and they are working on the development of this Supra. Actually, this development involves initial design. So there is a rule book. Every 2 years, they are changing the rule book, and according to the rule book, our students initially they came up with a design of chassis, a design of seating system, a design of steering system, suspension system, braking system, and so now the students are working on the simulation part. So before we actually manufacture, or before we go for a fabrication, so we have to judge the crash worthiness of a chassis, and also the stress distribution across the chassis, and we need to prove the working of a proper working of a steering system and suspension system. So our students, they are also doing a dynamic simulations using the Adam software for the steering system response. and the suspension system response. So once they are thorough with this design, so they go for manufacturing. They are in the procurement stage of components. So they already built chassis and they procured some of the necessary components from a market. And so in probably in 1 or 2 months, so they come up with a complete assembly of Supra vehicle. The previous years, our students also took part in the development of a go-kart. And so they completely developed a go-kart as per the specifications of 2019. And so they are about to participate in one of the racing event. It's supposed to be held at Coimbatore. And because of the COVID restrictions, so that event was stopped. And previous to that, in the year of 2016 and 17, we are also involved in the global product development. So many universities and institutes and also the manufacturing industries, automotive manufacturing industries. So they were supporting for these activities. So our Ramaiah University was one of the university which was mainly responsible for the design and also manufacturing of a personal mobility vehicle. So our personal mobility vehicle was developed. It was just like a briefcase with a carrier and with wheels. So where we can fold and we can carry that vehicle even in a metro train, and also we can carry that in a bus. It was one of the lightweight personal mobility vehicle. It was developed by our students and also so Mr. Kiran is also one of the main member of that development team. So they went to the competition, international competition. So it was held in Mexico in the year of 2017, and they got the first prize for the product development. So we can proudly say that our product got selected in one of the global event, and we have got such many more products, but we have to take such products to the product development stage. So there are still many projects going on, and so we will be working.
Adding to that, we also have some collaboration, and as you know, Ramaiah is also, we are trying to become the innovation center. So we have a special unit known as RTBI there. So there are around 25 institutes, and we are very happy to say that there are some 3-4 startups which are actually pertaining to automotive core department. So our students also do some projects with them. So like Vimana Drone Labs, and we have Emrega Technologies, which is basically working on low-cost electric vehicle. And we also have Aerosite Technologies. So this is mostly doing on agri drones. And we have very close collaboration with our PIA, that is Pina Industrial Area. So these are some of the things which students get when they join our department. Apart from that, we also have a techno center. So it's basically a part of Ramaiah University. So where they actually take problems or the projects from the industry. So our students also work in that. And our students are also getting internship in various companies, like it may be HCL or Toyota or L&T, and also Bosch, Bemmel, Bell, etc. So you have the opportunity to get going for internship there. So then also you get the placement in most of these companies as such.
I'd like to add one more point to this. We are also, from our department, we are also doing a corporate training to various industries. Whatever research work we have done at our universities, so it can be simulation, or it can be a study kind of a research, or it can be an experimental research. So we always, develop a curriculum for industry. We also present this curriculum to various automotive OEMs, such as Mahindra and Mahindra, Tata Motors, Bosch, and some of the R&D centers like Continental, KPIT. Yeah, so some of the industries in and around Bangalore and also across the India, we provided corporate training on some of the topics what we have developed, and also some of the topics it is requested from industries. So we handle corporate training on materials. Especially Srikari Madam is a specialist in material technology and also manufacturing, advanced manufacturing systems for automotive applications. And myself, so handle training in automotive powertrain, automotive electronics, and engine testing, and also some of the topics related to CAD, computer-aided design, product lifecycle management. And so we have got professors, they are specialists in vehicle body engineering and advanced vehicle electricals and electronic systems and hybrid vehicles. So these, apart from curriculum, we are also offering corporate training. And from our department, we proudly say that we handle most of the corporate training programs of the industries.
Yeah, thank you. So now I think we can take up the questions from the audience.
The queries are, I would like to know more about the fee structure of this course. I think we can visit our website www.msrus.ac.in. So you can get all the fee structure related there. And what are the placement opportunities and what kind of companies have seen in the past? I think we have already discussed about placement opportunities like Toyota, HCL, L&T. These are the few such companies which are giving placement opportunities and also internship opportunities for our students.
So
Yeah, madam.
they also go for, most people go for, some of the people have started their own companies. Some of our students, maybe in electric vehicle or it may be the unmanned ground vehicle, because now you know that autonomous and robotic thing is picking up a lot. So people have opened their own companies. And most of the people go for service sectors, like it may be Infosys or HCL or Mercedes-Benz. Many of our students are in Benz and GM, General Motors. So you get the opportunity. So that is there. So from the college, we have already placed people in Toyota and L&T and such type of companies.
And at present, our students, they are doing industry internships. So industry internship is also part of our curriculum. So our master's degree students, 6 of them, they have got industry internship at L&T. So they are taking the training at Chennai. So later they may get the placement also. So once they complete their master's degree program, they complete. So previous year, almost 10 to 12 students, they got the internship opportunities at HCL. And many of them, they got the job opportunities at HCL. So now they are working as a design engineers, so they are earning good salary. So it's one of the opportunity where we can also involve students for research projects and also for internships.
Yes, participants, if you have any questions, you can drop down in chat box so that we are here to address your queries related to automotive engineering domain. If you would like to know more about that, feel free to post a chat. Yeah, you can reach us at phone number 801-000-4444 and admissions 23@msrus.ac.in.
Can you repeat again?
I will repeat the contact number for to reaching us for admissions 80100-04444 and the email ID admissions23@msrus.ac.in, as well as I will paste it in the chat so that you can contact us. Feel free to contact us at this contact details, and also you can try to post the chat. We are here to clarify your queries. Yeah, the results I think we'll discuss with the team here, and they will be getting back to you. They might contact you. And also about CSE, yes, CSE department, both are of the same caliber, we can say. You can come down to our university, just check what are the curriculum activities and other things. Based on your interest, you can try to choose. And also we try to encourage students from the curriculum aspects as to become an entrepreneur as well. And also you can see a lot of government policies like NEP and other policies are being implemented in order to ensure that the skills are developed, the required skills, necessary skills, which is to be there at present. These are all the changes which is also being applied in our curriculum also. It's also becoming dynamic, and in order to encourage and also in order to make our nation proud, we are also trying to incorporate entrepreneurship and innovation related courses to make the young minds to be an entrepreneur mindset, to come up with an entrepreneur mindset. Hence, we are starting those courses in the bachelor degree curriculum as well.
Regarding, there's a question about aerospace. So tomorrow you'll be having a webinar on aerospace. Today is full for automotive. So tomorrow we'll have one more discussion about the aerospace, what they offer.
Yeah, tomorrow I think one more
Yes.
question we have. So tell me about aerospace. Yes, it is tomorrow. The schedule for aerospace engineering relevant thing will be tomorrow. You can attend at that particular time and try to ask the questions, whatever you have in mind. Can be dropped down in a chat box. Also, you can try to write queries to admissions23@msrus.ac.in. And for further information, you can visit our website www.msrus.ac.in for relevant course related things, for placement, for admissions, and also fee structures. All the information you can get in our website, university website. Yeah, if you don't have any questions, I think we'll stop the session. Thank you for attending, and we would like to meet you here for the courses. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you. Good luck. So we hope you will join us soon. Thank you. With this.
Record on it then.